Suzanne Burnell-Gray from Lodestar Coaching. Lovely to meet you again, and thank you for spending time with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
I know that you do so many things, and I just like to concentrate on one or two of the things that you do, because we don't have enough time to go into everything. So I know you're extremely well qualified in all sorts of areas, and you use those qualifications to help people to recognise themselves, is a term that we've spoken about. What are the key areas that you help people to recognise themselves in?
One of the things I do is get people to identify with who they truly are, not who other people expect them to be. Because quite often we identify in life with people around us, with our children, with our peers, with everything but ourselves. So it's identifying who we are. And once I've identified that, it's where they want to go with that. Sometimes it can be we, through life, change our identity. For instance, our bodies. We can be very slim as children, we can grow up, we can be very fit, we can have children ourselves as a mum, lose our identity in the fact we become overweight, or we lose where we're going with ourselves. And one of the key areas that I am very interested in at the moment is obesity, having been there myself. And I deal with identifying where I changed. I was morbidly obese last year, 17 stone 4, and I decided it was time that I found out who I was. So that was a big change in my life. I looked at what it was I needed to change, and as I've changed now, I'm a totally different person. Today I would say I'm who I truly am, not who I've been. So that's where I'm coming from. For myself, I've been through lots of different things in my life. One of them, I was bereaved at 34, and up till then I would say that I was a very confident, outgoing person, because I had the support system of a person that was standing by my side who gave me the confidence, or that was my belief, he gave me the confidence. He didn't, he just mirrored who I was. When I lost that, I suddenly went into free fall, and lots of things, lots of, I would have said, mistakes at the time, but looking back, it was a journey of learning. And through all of the things I learned over the next 23 years, some positive, some negative, I changed to somebody I didn't really know. And I would say that now I am who I have always been, but I'm recognising it and I'm seeing it as a strength, not a weakness. Because there are days when I get frustrated, there are days when I'm happy, there are days I'm sad, but I allow myself to be. Whereas before I felt that it wasn't something I should allow myself to do. I looked through other people's eyes, not through my own, but now I embrace who I am. So I am the same person as I was when I was 7, but I'm not. I'm a licensed hypnoband practitioner, and there is a recognised format that has proven to work with people who have morbid obesity. Anybody with 3 stone or more to lose, myself having been one. I treated a lot of people over a 3-year period and watched the total transformation. But I didn't recognise in myself that I could do it. So I can talk from my own experience how it worked. I initially interviewed myself, filled in all the forms about what I ate, how I ate, what caused me to eat certain foods, what time of day I ate, kept a diary. And when I read back what I'd written, I'd actually lied to myself. And I just couldn't believe I'd lied to myself. So I had to redo it truthfully. And when I redid it with the truth rather than fibs, I saw a different person. I saw how my moods had changed, my eating habits. I saw how what I ate change my moods. And that was the beginning. Once I recognised that, I then had to pinpoint when I recognised I had a problem with eating. And I had to really think about it. So I made myself a CD for meditation to go back to think about it. Discovered that I first was aware of a weight issue when I was 9, which, thinking about it as an adult, I didn't think it had affected me. It had. So I started my journey of obesity at 9 with the first diet. Once I recognised what it was that triggered it, I had an anorexia at 16. I had to have infertility treatment to have my first child when I was 21. So looking back at what had caused my eating problems, identifying and letting go of it and saying, yeah, that's okay. It did start it, but it wasn't going to be the end. So I dealt with that. Then I looked at what it was I wanted to change in my life. And using a hypnoband is not a quick fix, and it isn't a diet. There is nothing that you cannot eat. What it is your awareness of who you are, your awareness of your body, your awareness of your image, and finding out what suits you. It's not to do with weight. There is no weighing of anything. So once you recognise what time of day you perhaps overeat certain things, and it's tailored in hypnotherapy to the client. So say, for instance, with me, I couldn't eat a small packet of crisps. I had to eat a family packet. I couldn't eat 1 cream cake. It had to be 6. And I didn't have a cut-off point to anything I ate. If I liked the taste of something, I ate it all, not just a small bit. So once I recognised that, I literally could put that into my own hypnosis. And before I put the hypnoband on, I had to, as if it was surgery, 3 days of fluids only. And then I put the hypnoband, which I recorded myself, the hypnosis for it, and all the sounds of operating theatre, going down, getting the injection, everything, the whole works. And the whole journey, talked myself through the procedure on a CD, which I, as I say, I did for myself. And at the end of it, when I listened to it, I woke up imagining I'd had surgery, and my stomach felt as though I'd been kicked by a horse. It really was uncomfortable. I was aware I'd had surgery. And then for the next 3 days, it's light meals and everything. And when I started to eat again, I wasn't aware of the change. Other people noticed, but if I didn't want to eat everything, I didn't have any guilt in not eating. Leaving things on my plate wasn't a problem, which it had been before. Then after the surgery, just everything changed, and within a month I'd lost a stone. 2 months, 2 stone, and people say that's too much, but for me it wasn't a diet, and I eat anything and everything. There is nothing I do not eat, but my body knows the cut-off point. And then the client will come back and we'll do a top-up after they've had the surgery. They will come back and we will talk over if they feel that they're still overeating, or if they feel that they want to eat more, that they're limiting themselves too much. And once they've had the top-up of the hypnosis, they then will keep in contact with me. Some 3 years on, I'm still hearing back how they're doing. But for myself, over a 16-week period, I lost 3.5 stone with absolutely no effort. It's not about exercise, but the thing it did do was it gave me the energy to be able to run up the stairs instead of walking up the stairs and being puffed out once I got to the top. It absolutely changed my life in who I believe myself to be. And I'm not so embarrassed about going places. I'm not pulling my jumpers down all the time to cover my folds and nasty bits. And I just feel that as a person, I feel a person. Whereas for a long time, I didn't feel as though I deserved to be with other people. Second-class citizen. If somebody wants a generic CD, I can do it for anxiety, if you're not sleeping, nausea, for pregnancy. I can do it for hypnobirthing. If you want to have hypnosis in childbirth, non-smoking, weight loss. If somebody has just a few issues with weight or overeating, phobias, stress, self-image. There are so many things that literally, if you perceive yourself to have a problem, I can do a hypnosis CD that will help you. And I do it from children. And if a child has self-image problems, if a child is being bullied at school, if they feel as though they can't learn, which is something, if any negative emotion that somebody has can be made positive. And if I do it for children, I do it as a bedtime story, and they can put their friends or relatives in, they can put their animals in, and they love it. And it certainly gets into the subconscious mind, and it changes the belief system.
Sounds wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So Suzanne Burnell-Gray, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you.